This is the Redragon M808 Storm, an RGB gaming mouse with a honeycomb outer shell and a price under $40 US. Let's check it out. Redragon ships their gaming mice in hard plastic cases instead of those typical cardboard boxes that we're used to seeing. The M808 comes all packed up with a Redragon logo sticker and a small multilingual user's manual. Now this might seem like a weird way to start a gaming mouse review, but the first thing that really jumped out at me with the M808 is this cable right here. It's super soft and flexible and you can just move it around effortlessly. I was not expecting to see a cable of this quality and this kind of performance level, if you will, on a gaming mouse at this price point. So I'm really excited to see that on here. I was completely wrong with my expectations, and that's a good thing. And I always say, if you're not going wireless, then a cable like this one is an absolute must-have. But there is one thing here that I have to complain about, and it's the connection point to the front of the mouse. It feels really loose and I can wiggle it around, and it makes a bit of a sound actually when you do that. I'm gonna hold it up to the microphone and I bet you can hear it. It doesn't take much to get it to do that. It does feel quite loose on here. So I'm not sure if that's just the way it's designed. Maybe it's supposed to be loose like that. I'm really not sure, but I just hope it's not a weak point that we have to worry about. And I suppose it's also possible that it's just my copy of the mouse, so I can't tell because I only have one of them. But if you have this mouse, or if you're thinking of picking one up, check that out and leave us a comment below. The dimensions are 126 millimeters long, 65 millimeters wide, and 41 millimeters tall, and according to my scale, it weighs about 90 grams without the cable. These days, most people would probably consider a 90-gram gaming mouse to be lightweight, but not ultra lightweight, because there's some mice out there that are really pushing the limits of lightweight design, and this is really not one of them if I'm being honest, but that's not really a bad thing, because 90 grams is a nice comfortable weight, I think. So it kind of gives you the best of both worlds, where it's still fast and quick and responsive, but at the same time it's got some substance and you can still feel it in your hand. The entire thing's made of plastic and it feels really well made. I can't feel any flexing, even if I try really hard to squeeze it, and there's definitely no creaking sounds or anything coming from it or anything like that. Overall, it just feels really solid and well made. Both sides have some grippy bumps, but they're just hard plastic, so grip tends to decrease if your hand gets a little sweaty over time. Up top, we've got that honeycomb shell, which is a really popular design these days, and I actually happen to love it. I think it looks awesome. The shape isn't too aggressive, it keeps its curves smooth and gradual, and that means it's really comfortable and easy to use with pretty much any grip style. The primary left and right buttons have a nice curvature that keeps your fingers right where they need to be, and clicks feel crisp and responsive. There's two side buttons that are easy to reach using your thumb, and there's a bit of a grip texture on the forward button. The scroll wheel's nice and wide, and it functions as a button as well. And we've got some DPI adjustment buttons and an RGB lighting control button right on the top. Redragon's using the Pixart 3327 in the M808, and it's a 12,400 DPI sensor with 200 IPS tracking speed. 12,400 might not sound like that great of a DPI in today's market when you're looking at gaming mice and you see some pushing limits like 24,000 plus DPI, but you know, I would say those crazy high DPI numbers are more for marketing than practical use. 12,400 DPI is perfectly fine. It's more than I would personally ever use, way more actually. And this Pixart 3327 is actually an excellent sensor. It did an awesome job for me tracking on a cloth mousepad and just on the surface of my desk as well. I played mostly CSGO with the M808 and also a couple of games of Overwatch, and it was awesome. Tracking's excellent, buttons are responsive and easy to press, and the shape is really comfortable for my claw or fingertip kind of hybrid grip style. Redragon does offer software for their gaming mice. It's very basic and not the most user-friendly, but it does allow you to configure basic parameters and set up custom profiles, and there's also some RGB lighting controls as well. The good news is if you don't like the software, you actually don't need it because it's got all the buttons right on the mouse. You've got your DPI adjustment, RGB configuration, and the profile switch right on the bottom. Overall, I like the M808 Storm. It's not perfect. It has some areas that could use improvement, like that cable connection and maybe some better side grips made of rubber or some better textured material. But overall, like, it's just a good all-around gaming mouse. It's solid, it feels well made, it performs well, and it looks really good with that honeycomb shell and that RGB lighting. So I also think it's priced fairly at $37 US. So if you're in the market for a new gaming mouse that's under $40, I would definitely check out the M808 Storm. I think it's worth considering. So I'm gonna put the purchasing links down in the description. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share, and also turn on notifications so you don't miss any future uploads. See ya.